Hello, hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Silvia, Mario, Gloria, Jaime, Maidelin, and Ricardo. How are you?
Good evening.
Hello,
Good
teacher.
evening. Hello,
Hello.
Good
Hello,
evening,
teacher.
teacher. I'm
good evening.
great.
Excellent. Very good. Let's see. Let me check here so that I can share the screen. Okay, well, let's give 1 or 2 minutes for the rest to connect. And then I will take attendance and we will begin with today's class. Okay, let's see. So we have you finished the exercises in the platform, guys? Or are you still working on that? Did you do the exam? Some of you were having problems or were just missing the exam, if I don't remember wrong.
I finished the exam in the
You already
platform.
finished? Okay,
Yes.
excellent, Gloria, excellent. Remember, you need to finish the exam and get a good score so that you can get your diploma. Okay, let's see. All right, well, let's take attendance and then we will check. We will begin with the class. Mario Martinez.
Present, teacher.
Thank you, Mario. Esther, not here yet, no. Ricardo.
Present, teacher.
Thank you, Ricardo. Christian, absent. Elmer sometimes comes late, so we're going to wait for Elmer probably. And Nestor is also not here. All right, well, anyways, that's okay. Oh, Esther is here. Hello, Esther, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Esther, can you hear me? Not yet, okay. Okay, well, I think she will respond in a moment. Okay, guys, before we begin with the topic, there is an activity that we're going to do, sort of like a game, but I need to ask you, do you know what is the meaning of fact? And let me actually write it here so that you can see it. Let me just write it here. Let me show you the screen. Okay. Do you know what the meaning of this word is? Fact. You know what this is? What is a fact? Do you know what's the meaning of that word? I need to know because the activity that we are going to do, it is related to that. And if you don't know if it is, what is a fact, then it will be difficult to do the activity. But let me ask you about the other word that you see on the screen, opinion. Do you know what is an opinion?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Gloria. Now, an opinion, same as in Spanish, with the difference that in Spanish we have a tilde right here, but we don't have one in English, right? So this is an opinion. Now, a fact is the opposite. Okay, a fact is the opposite. For example, let me give you one fact. A fact can be that, for example, the sun is hot. What do you think about that? Do you think that you can say the opposite? Can you say the opposite to that? The sun is hot.
The sun is cold.
But is it cold or is it hot?
Cold sería el opposite. El
Yes,
fat no.
cold is the opposite. But the sun, is it cold or is it hot? What do you think?
It is hot.
The sun is hot. And even if you can say the sun is cold, it's not true. Because the sun is hot and very, very, very hot. All right. To this type of sentences or this type of, this type of sentences, we call them facts. We call them facts. What does that mean? That you cannot say the opposite because it's true, right? For example, what if I tell you pizza is the best food in the world? What about that one? Can you say the opposite to that? Do you think that pizza is the best food in the world? What do you think? Is it the best food in the world or no? Pizza. What do you think,
No.
guys? Huh?
No.
For you, Kevin, which one is the best food?
Mm,
Hmm? What is the best
Una
food for you?
personal, chicken.
All right, so chicken, see?
Un
Chicken
mariscón.
is the best food. The best food. Okay. What about the rest? What do you think? Is chicken the best food? Or is it pizza? Or do you have another opinion? What do you think? What do you think? Probably somebody will say pasta is the best food. If you ask somebody from Italy, pasta is the best food. Okay.
Meat is the best food.
Okay, see, now we have that meat is the best food. Asada, right? That's the best. So that's the best food. Meat is the best food in the world. Now, if you see, these are opinions. Okay, they are opinions. Okay, they are opinions. That means that I can say the opposite. Ricardo will probably say macaroni, that's the best food. But I will say, no, I prefer frijoles, and that is the best food. So we're talking about opinions. But when we talk about the sun is hot, it's not an opinion. Because the sun is hot, and nobody can say the opposite. Is the concept clear, guys?
Yes.
Is it clear? Right, so opinion, you can say the opposite. Fact, you cannot say the opposite because it's something that is true. Now, Why did I explain this? Because we're going to play sort of like a game, and we have to classify things as opinion or fact. So let me know if you can read the sentences in the squares, right? There you can see like the sentences in the square, and I have to move them. For example, let me ask you, do dogs bark? Is this one an opinion or is this a fact? You know what bark is? Like, wow, wow. Is that a fact or is that an opinion?
Fact.
Is fact.
It's a fact.
It's fact.
Nobody can
Fact.
say the opposite. Now, chocolate ice cream is better than vanilla ice cream. What do you think? Fact or opinion?
Opinion. Opinion.
An opinion. Okay, very good. There are 12 inches in a foot. That's more like math. What do you think?
Fact. Fact.
It's a fact, right? Because measurements, we cannot change them. Bread. Bread is made from flour. Fact or opinion? Bread,
Opinion.
you know? Is it an opinion? Okay.
Opinion.
Opinion.
I will see. We'll see. Because I don't know if it is possible to make bread from something else. Camping is not fun. Opinion or
That
fact?
is opinion.
That is an
Opinion.
opinion. Excellent. Very good. The earth, for example, the earth revolves. That means that it moves around the sun. Fact or opinion?
Fact.
Fact.
Fact, right? That's something that is true. We live in the United States. What do you think?
It's
Opinion.
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 I think it's a fact because, yes, because if you say, for example, we live in El Salvador, it's not an opinion, it's a fact. And I'm pretty sure the person that created this game lives in the United States. So we'll put it as a fact, okay? Because that cannot be an opinion. If I tell you we live in El Salvador, is it an opinion or is it a fact? We live in El Salvador. Is it an opinion or is it a fact?
Fact.
It's a
Yeah.
fact, right? So the same happens with this. Let's see. Water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Do you know that? I think it's true. I think it's true. Water freezes.
Fact.
I would say it's a fact. Yes,
Fact.
probably. The sun is a star. What do you think?
There is opinion.
Opinion.
Opinion?
Opinion.
Hmm.
This one.
A little bit of
Fact.
astronomy. It's a fact because the
Fact.
sun is. Many people say la estrella mayor, right? So yes, it is a fact. Cell phones. Cell phones are the greatest invention. Fact or opinion?
Opinion.
Opinion.
Opinion. Probably somebody has things different. Elephants are bigger than dogs.
A fact.
Fact.
It's a fact,
It's
right?
fact.
Yes, of course. Zebras, they have stripes. You know, stripes like the lines, white and black lines.
Fact.
It's a fact, right?
Fact.
Cats are the best pets.
Opinion.
Opinion. Opinion.
Opinion. July is the best month of the year.
Opinion.
Opinion.
Opinion. Yeah, okay. Apples and oranges are a type of fruit.
Opinion.
It's
Opinion.
fact.
Fact.
Fact or opinion? Apples
Fact.
and oranges
Fact.
are a type of fruit. It's a fact, right? Yes. Apples are fruits, oranges are fruits. Being an airplane pilot is the hardest job. Being an airplane pilot is the hardest job. Hardest means more difficult. It's the hardest job.
Opinion.
It's an opinion. I'm pretty sure you think that your work is the hardest job. Green is the prettiest color.
Opinion.
Opinion.
Opinion, right? All children like to ride skateboards. All
Opinion.
children.
Opinion.
Opinion.
Opinion. Okay. Let's see. Math is easier than reading. What is it?
Opinion.
It's an opinion. Let's see this one. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Rises means that it goes up and sets that it goes down. What do you think? Opinion or fact? The sun rises in the east, en el este, and it sets in the west, in el oeste. What do you think? Is it a fact?
Fact.
Yes. Yes, so it is a fact. We cannot change that. Spiders have 8 legs. Fact or opinion?
Fact.
It's a fact.
Opinion.
I think it's a fact because, I mean, they have 8 legs. Trucks are big and noisy. This one is tricky. Trucks are big and noisy.
What is noisy?
That they have make a lot of noise, like that.
Fact. It's fact.
It's a fact. We'll see. We'll see. There are 12 months in the year. There are 12 months in a year.
Fact.
Fact, right? We
Fact.
have 12. Spiders are scarier than snake. Scarier?
Opinion.
Opinion. Let's see. Hamburgers are better than hot dogs.
Opinion.
Opinion.
Ketchup is made from tomatoes.
Fact.
Fact.
Fact. Riding a bike is more fun than swimming.
Opinion.
Opinion. It feels good to walk barefoot. Barefoot means no shoes, no socks.
Opinion.
Opinion. Let's see this one. Football should be played all year. What do you think?
Opinion.
Opinion. Everyone should eat pizza every day.
Opinion.
Opinion. Yeah. The president lives in Washington, D.C. We're talking about the United States.
It's true.
It's a fact, right? And George Washington was the first president of the United States. It's also a fact.
It's a
Let's
fact.
see, submit answers. See, trucks are noisy. Hey, which one did we get wrong? Well, trucks are noisy and big. It's an opinion in the end. Yeah, people probably think that they are not noisy, the ones that like trucks. So things happen. Okay, guys, we did this exercise because it is important for the topic today. It is important that you understand what is a fact. Okay, because what we will practice or study today is related to that, facts. And for that, let me go back to the other presentation. We will talk about this, about what we know as zero conditional. That's the topic, zero conditional. I'm gonna write it here because I didn't write it. See, it's zero conditional, all right, conditional. Now, don't worry about the name because it sounds kind of weird, but the important thing here is what is the use. We are going to use the zero conditional for this to talk about things that are always true, like we were talking about facts. For example, the sun is hot. It's something that it is always true. Is that clear? And we are going to use a new word like the one that we have here. We are going to use if. Right? This is the new word. And then we are going to use one sentence in present simple and the other sentence also in present simple. And we have an example. If, now, if, you know what conditions are? Conditions is that you have to make a decision or you have a choice, right? Okay, if it rains, what do you use? You use an umbrella, right? So if you freeze water, You see, this is present simple. If you freeze water, what happens if you freeze water? You know what freeze is? Like to put it in the refrigerator, in el freezer. That's why we call it freezer, by the way. Okay.
Congelado.
So what happens with water? If we put it in the freezer, it turns into
Ice.
ice. Is this something that is always true? Yes, right?
Yes. Sweet.
Yes.
If you,
Yes.
if you put water in the freezer, it turns into ice. A menos que no sirva la refrigeradora. But it is true. If you put water in the freezer, it turns into ice. Okay, let's look at some more examples. Okay, let's look at some more examples before we do any exercises. Let's look at these ones. Now, I have the words in blue because I want you to remember, we will always use, for this type of sentence, present simple, okay? Present simple, always. For example, if, and you always use this word, see, if the sun sets, that means that it goes down like around 6 p.m. What happens? We're talking about when we say sets, it means that it's going down at around 6 p.m. Right?
Sunset.
Sun sets. It means it's going down. Now, what happens to the day? It gets
Dark.
dark. There is no light. Okay? It gets dark. Now, is this always true?
Yes.
Yes,
Se
right?
vuelve oscuro.
Exactly. Exactly. If the sun comes down, the day gets dark. Next one. Let me have somebody read it for me, please. Madeline, would you like to read this one? Number 2, please.
If you touch fire, you get burned.
If you touch fire, what happens to you if you touch fire? Have you ever tried?
You get born.
You get burned, right? You get burned.
Si tocas el fuego te quema.
Exactly. And is it always true? O alguien lo ha tocado y no se ha quemado.
It's true.
It's always true, right? That this is always true. Let's look at the next one. Kevin, help me read number 3, please.
If you don't water plants, they die.
Okay, if you don't water plants, they die. I want to explain this. Water. Because we know the meaning is agua, right? Well,
Yes.
but when we are talking about plants, we can use water as the verb. ¿Alguna vez les ha pasado que quieren decir estoy regando las plantas? The verb that we use is I am or I water the plants. Water in this case is a verb. Okay? Water is a verb. You can use it as a verb. I water the plants. And that means that you're putting water into the plant. Now, what happens if you don't put water? They
die.
They die. Simple as that. Excellent. Mario, help me with number 4, please.
If you turn off the light, it becomes there.
If you turn off the lights, what happens to the room? What happens? It becomes
Dark. There.
dark, no light.
Dark.
Right? Is this always true? Obviously, if it is at night, right? But if it is during the day, the lights are off and it's not dark. But if it is at night, for example, if you do it right now, if you turn off the lights, what will happen? It will become dark. Next one. Oh, Nestor is here already. Nestor, can you help me with number 5, please?
You press the on button, the computer starts.
If you press the on button in the computer, what happens to the computer? It is going to start. That means that it turns on. Okay, it means that it turns on. The computer starts. And look at the verbs. Press, starts. They are in present simple, no past, no
Mhm.
future. It is present, okay? Keep that in mind, present. Because you will do your own sentences. Present, present, present. Let's try the next one. Gloria, can you help me with number 6, please?
Yes. If you eat too much, you feel sick.
If you eat too much, what happens? If you eat too much food, you feel
Sick.
sick, all right? You feel sick when you eat too much. Okay, very good. Thank you, Gloria. Let me see who else I have here that I haven't heard yet because I don't see everybody. Sylvia. Sylvia, can you help me with number 7?
If you don't study, you don't learn.
What happens if you don't study? If you don't study, you don't learn. Learn, right? You don't learn. Like right now, what are we doing right now? We are learning English.
Learning.
We learn English, okay? So if you want to learn English, what do you need to do? You need to study. And if you don't study, you don't learn. Is this always true? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now the next one, number 8. Magdalena, can you help me with number 8, please?
If you don't, no, perdón.
Touch.
If you touch ice, your hand gets cold.
If you touch ice, what happens to your hand? It gets cold.
Cold.
Is it always true? Is this always true?
Yes.
Yes, right? You touch ice, you get cold. All right. Let's see the next one. Jaime, help me with number 9, please.
If you don't exercise, you gain weight.
You gain weight. We can say that this is always true. Okay. But there's people that don't get weight, but most of the time, is this true? If you don't do exercise, you gain weight. Gain weight, it means that if you were 100 pounds, for example, and you don't exercise, then you're going to gain weight. And probably next time you're going to be 150 pounds. All right.
Yes, it's true.
That's true, right? Yeah. If you don't exercise, will you gain weight? And the last one that we have, if you open the window, fresh air comes in. Not these days, but it is true, right? Because it's too hot today.
Aquí en San Miguel, no.
Yeah, it doesn't apply for San Miguel. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but we can say that if you open the window. Now, if you see, guys, these are things that they look like obvious, right? These are like things that are obvious, don't you think? Like, of course, if the sun sets, it gets dark. If you turn off the lights, it gets dark. If you turn on the button of the cell phone, the on button of the cell phone, what happens? It turns on. See, they are like obvious things, right? But we need to learn how to express them. And let me go back to the other slide here, right here. And it is very important that you keep this in mind. We use this word, if, number 1. If you saw, in all the sentences, they began with if. And we have the sentences in present simple, see? Freeze, turns. Those are verbs in present simple. All of the verbs that we were using, they were in present simple. Any questions about the topic right now? Is this clear? Can we move on to the exercises? No questions?
Este,
Tell me.
el if lo usamos como siempre en la oración cuando queremos confirmar algo que es cierto o es obvio.
In this
El
case,
if.
yeah. In this
Ajá.
case, yes. But if this word, if, this word means in Spanish, sí. And we use it for, it's not like saying yes. It's
Ajá, sí, sí.
but for conditions. Right? Conditions. That we use it for that. Right? So now, for example, what is the condition here? If you freeze water, that's the condition. This is the condition. And what happens if you freeze water? What happens?
It's turned into ice.
It turns into ice. This is the result.
Yeah.
Right? This is the result. Is that clear? So this is the condition, and the other one is the result. It's not a question, okay? It's not a question.
No, ajá.
It's a statement. But for example, if I ask you, what happens if you freeze water? That's a question. What happens if you freeze water? It turns into ice. Or you can say, if you freeze water, it turns into ice. And the next thing, this one is only important when you're writing, because when you speak, you don't see it. But when you're writing, you need a comma. Okay, every time that you write a sentence like this, you need a comma. Okay? You need a comma. All right, so this is the condition, and this is the result. And if you want to ask the question, what happens if
What
you
happens
freeze
if you freeze
water?
water?
Or for example, let me go to the next slides. Let me go to the next one so we can go look at this. So for example, I can ask the question, what happens if the sun sets? What happens if the sun sets? What's the answer to that question?
It gets dark.
It gets dark. That's the result, okay?
Yes.
All right, this is the condition, and this is the
Yes.
result. In all the sentences, it is the same. If you touch fire, condition, result.
You get bored.
Condition, result. Right?
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you.
Excellent. So now let's try to do some practice. Let's try to do some exercises in relation to that. Let me open the exercise because I don't know what happened. Okay, what happened to the exercise? Okay, there is. Let me share the screen. Can you see the screen now, guys? We're gonna do this exercise.
I see.
Excellent, very good. Now, these are easy because you will see that in the parentheses, for example, when we do the exercise, you will see that we have the verb that we need to use, right? This is the verb that we need to use. Okay, so it's just getting used to it. All right, so let's begin with the first one. Let me see. I'm gonna ask a couple of you to help me with this. Let's begin with Jaime. Jaime, you're the first in the list. Help me with this one, with the first one. Read the sentence and complete it. Jaime Reyes, are both connected? Well, help me, Magdalene, please. You're next.
If you cold water to 0 degrees, is form ice.
If you cool, that's like when people say, "Oh, you're cool." If you cool water to 0 degrees, like 0. This is like in the North Pole. If you cool water, it what? It, complete the sentence. It
Form ice.
form. Now, remember that it's present simple. It forms, you need the S, it forms ice. Right? Good, very good. Ricardo, you're the next on the list. Help me with the next one, please. This one right here.
Is you touch the fire? You Umer help.
But complete, you have to complete the sentence with this word in the parentheses. This one, you have to use it here. Try again, Ricardo. If
you touch the fire,
you
burned.
Change the order. Change the order. You
have.
You get and
burned.
You get burned. Exactly. If you touch the fire, you get burned. Right? You get burned.
Get burned.
Get burned. Yes. That's like when your hand gets burned. Excellent. Let's try the next one. Gloria, you're next there. Help me with the next one, please. The one with the plant.
Green plants. No veo.
Is it too small? I think I can make it larger.
Green plants can.
Let me see if I can make it larger. There you go. I think I'm gonna move it now. So let's see. There.
Green plants can survive if you water them.
If you water them, look at the word next to water. Negative. How would you make it negative?
If you no sé. Don't water them, no sé.
Exactly. No, that's okay. If you don't water.
If you don't water them.
Exactly. Very good. Green plants can't survive if you don't water them. Excellent. Let's see who's next here. Sylvia, help me with the next one.
When Mary has perdón.
Time.
When Mary has time, she always go shopping.
She always goes. Remember in present simple we use she goes. She goes shopping. She goes shopping. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you see the word if here? Do you see it? In this sentence? No, right? But when we use in these sentences, these two words, they can be changed. You can say, if Mary has time, she always goes shopping. Or when Mary has time, she goes shopping. Very good. Let's look at the next one. Let's see who's next on the list here. I cannot move this. Kevin, help me with this one, please.
His parents get worried if Peter
it's negative.
Don't call them.
Okay, his parents get worried if Peter doesn't or don't. Doesn't or don't. It is doesn't call them. Yes. Remember that when we make negatives, if we are using the name and it is singular, we use doesn't. Okay. If you have he, you use doesn't. If you have she, you use doesn't. If you have it, you use doesn't. Remember that. Remember that. Excellent. Let's try the next one, guys. let me see. Where are the, okay. Let's see, there we go. Okay. Nestor, help me with the next one, please. With this one. Help me with this one.
She gets nervous when she es negativo.
Negative, negative. Remember what I just said. She
doesn't
have
time to relax.
Excellent. She gets nervous when she doesn't have time to relax. Very good. Thank you. Mario, help me with the next one, please. This
They
one.
always feel good when they buy at the beach.
When they this is the verb to be. Right? This is the verb to be. And remember that we use it like is, or we use it like am, or we use it like are. And if we have they, what do we say? They are. They are at the beach. Very good. See, very good. They are at the beach. Excellent. Very good. Magdalena, help me with the next one, please.
When I get home late, I always have a cup of tea.
A cup of tea. Excellent. Very good. That's it. That's it. I always have. Very good. And let's continue with the next one. Mario, no, Ricardo. Ricardo, help me with this one. This one right here.
Okay. If we take shower, the electricity bill.
The electricity bill.
We
can change this for it.
The
electricity
is got up.
Goes. Like that, see? The electricity bill goes down. Right? If we take short showers, the electricity bill goes down. Excellent. Thank you. Let's see. Magdalene, help me with the next one. If this one right here. Magdalene, she's not there maybe. Sylvia, help me with that one, please.
If you feel filtered, he always watches TV to relax.
Okay, very good. He always watches TV. Now, let's see the answer to that. Okay, feels and watches. Okay. Let me just open something here really quickly, just to show you something. All right, let's continue, and then I'm gonna explain something really quickly. I'm gonna clear this out. Let's continue with the next one. Gloria, help me with the next one, please. The girl with the umbrella.
Okay. When it's rain, a lot of the city usually gets flooded. No sé cómo se dice.
Flooded. Flooded, yes.
It's flooded.
Yes, when it rains a lot, the city usually gets flooded. Like El Salvador, right? When it rains a lot, it gets flooded. Yeah. All right, let's look at the next one. Is Maiden here already? If not, Jaime Reyes, are you there now? Or Kevin, I have, oh, there's Jaime. Jaime, help me with this one, please.
If someone enters the building, the alarm going off.
The alarm go off.
Go.
The enters goes off. Okay, excellent. Very good, Jaime. Thank you. Kevin, help me with the next one. If this one, I'm sorry. This one.
If you turn the gate, the door open.
The door opens. Very good. Excellent. Very good. Magdalene, you're back. Help me with the next one, please.
Okay. We always feel good when everything are okay.
Everything,
Or be
no. It's is, am, or are.
are okay.
When everything is okay.
Oh,
We say everything is okay. Everything is. Okay, very good. Let me, all right, before we move on to the next exercise, let me see, okay, I'm gonna copy this sentence. This one. Let me just show you here. Can you see? Yeah, you still can see, right? The screen. Yes, okay. I'm gonna use the board. I just want to make a correction here. And let me just show you here really quickly when this loads, because it's not loading. I don't know why. Okay, this is what we did one of these days. Let me just erase it really quickly. And let me know if you can see everything. Yes, okay, there we go. Okay, now you can see everything really there. Okay, let me just erase all this, and I want to copy the sentence that we were doing in the dictionary. If John feels, let me copy that. If, oh, that's really small. Let me change it here. Yeah, there we go. Now it's big. All right, so when you say if John, and then I'm gonna leave the space here. And then it was tired, he always tired, comma, he always, space, I'm gonna leave the space here. TV to relax. All right. TV to relax. Okay. And we have the two words, right? We have the word watch or feel. Right? So we have the word feel and we have the word watch. When we talk in presence, remember what I told you, right? We in these sentences we are using the if, right? We are using if plus present simple,
Sense.
and then we have a comma, and then we have present simple again, present simple, okay? And we have the period. Now, when we are talking in present simple, you have to remember, because it is always, you have to remember that you have to use the S at the end of the verb. For example, here, when we say John, and we have to use the verb feel, right? I'm gonna put it in capital, but since we're talking about John, and John is singular, is only one person, and it's not me, right? Keep that in mind. It's not you. and it's only one person, you have to say feels. Okay, you have to say feels. Now, what about the next one? See, it says, it doesn't say John. Okay, it doesn't say John. But we are talking about the same person, right? Remember that we're talking about the same person. We're talking about John. John is one person, and it is not me. So what do I have to write? I have to write watch. Watch. But in this case, we have to say watches TV. Okay, watches TV. Because we're talking about one person, singular, and it's a person that is not me. It can be she, he, or an object. For example, if you say the dog, you say the dog eats. You need the yes. The same with this exercise here. Madeline was saying, we feel, in this case, we always feel good when everything. Now, when we're talking about everything, we're talking about a whole thing, and it's one, and it's singular, right? It's not many things. It's just one thing. Everything is okay. So we use is, right? So, because remember that for the words, when you have he, she, and it, right? When we have that, what do we use? Is, am, or are?
Is.
We use is, right?
Is.
So we use is. And the same way that we use is, right? This is only when it is the verb be. Remember that this is the verb be. But if we use another verb, we have to say, for example, eat, and we have to use the s, or we have to say, for example, plays, and we have to use the s, right? Don't forget that. In present simple, if you're talking about a person, one person that is not you, you have to use the s, okay? Is that clear, guys? Yes?
Yes.
All right, let's move on to one other exercises. This, but I want to add, not this one, sorry. Let me, I think, am I sharing the whole screen? Well, let me just change to the, can you see now the presentation? Yes, you can, right? Very good. All right, so let's move to this one. And here there are questions. And I'm gonna ask everyone to answer a question. Let's begin with Sylvia. Sylvia, if, not this one, this one. If you press the on button on the TV remote, what happens? And I want you to say the complete sentence, please. If you press the on button on the TV remote, what happens? Tell me. Sylvia?
Oh, se apaga.
No, if you press the on button.
Se enciende.
Se enciende.
How do we
On.
say that? Say the sentence. If
Is on.
you press. Yeah, you have to remember that we have to say the complete sentence. This is part of the sentence. If you press the on button on the TV remote, the TV turns on. Okay?
Okay.
Is that clear? Yes? No? Maybe? We have to say the complete sentence. If you press
The TV starts.
the on, I can say starts, the on button on the TV remote, comma, the TV starts or the TV turns on. Both are correct, okay? Is that clear, guys? Yes, you have to use the complete sentence. Let's try with another one. Ricardo, help me with the other one. This one. If you touch a hot stove, what do you feel? Ricardo, can you hear me?
Hello, teacher.
Okay. Say the sentence. What happens? What happens if you touch a hot stove? What happens to your hand? Look at the picture.
It's born.
I
Yeah.
get burned.
If you touch, not you. If you touch a hot stove, you get burned. Okay. Read the sentence, Ricardo, please.
Okay. Sería
This one.
you. You
I cannot hear you, Ricardo. I'm sorry.
If you touch.
Magdalena, read it.
If you touch a hot stove, you get burned.
You get burned. Excellent. Thank you. All right. Let's try with the next one, guys. Here you have to answer the question. If you open the refrigerator door, what do you find inside? If you open, let's see, Gloria. If you open the refrigerator door,
If you open the refrigerator door, I if I open, para decir,
yes,
¿verdad?
that's correct. That's correct.
If I open the refrigerator door, I find a lot of milk.
Okay, you find a lot of milk. Excellent. Very good. Excellent. Very good. Let's try the next one. Let's move on to the next one. We already had this example, but that's okay.
Teacher,
Tell me.
¿cómo se dice comida en inglés?
Food.
Food.
Ajá. Food. Yes. Let's try this one, Kevin. Kevin, not there. Okay, there. Kevin, can you hear me? If you water a plant regularly, what happens? Oops, sorry. What happens if you water a plant regularly? Kevin? I cannot hear you. Maybe Nestor. Nestor, can you help Kevin? Hello, Nestor. Or can somebody else?
Fuego.
If you water a plant regularly,
Uh-huh.
what does it do?
Okay, complete the sentence. If you water a plant regularly, what happens?
If you water a plant regularly, the plant grows.
Grow. Excellent. Very good, Nestor. Excellent. They grow. Okay. If you water a plant regularly, it grows. Excellent, guys. Well, let's try with the last one because of the time. Any volunteer who would like to participate that I haven't called? Because I think I didn't mention many people today. Volunteer. No volunteer. Only one, only one.
If you don't set an alarm, what might happen in the morning?
Uh-huh.
¿Cómo se dice que no me voy a levantar? I don't get up.
I don't get up. Or I don't wake up.
I
Wake
don't
up.
wake up.
Wake up es despertar. Get up es levantarse. Right? If you don't set an alarm, set an alarm, you don't wake up. Excellent. Very good, guys. Well, any question, guys, about the topic, about this one? We are almost done, okay? So, well, guys, if you have no questions, that's all for today. I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to practice in the platform and finish, okay? You have a nice night, guys.
Good night, teacher.
Bye,
Good
teacher.
night.
Good night, teacher.
Goodbye.